This guy is a sublime example of Christ.
Of what?
Christ. He's a sublime, Christ-like person.
Better than I thought.
And he just reminds me so much of all the goodness in the world kind of encapsulated right in this person. Right there.
You'll cause people to lose their faith. Oh, look at that.
Get one of those.
Yeah.
Earn that head of white.
But I love Bob because he is just such a great kind of patriarch in this family of, you know, kind of a leader and definitely a leader in many ways for a long time.
I just show
Since
up
you were a
when you
boy.
guys are. You just go to the parties.
Sometimes that's all it
That's
takes.
why I come.
Yeah, that's all you
Anyway,
do.
that's what I want to say is that you're Christ-like and you're a
Because
definite leader.
everything's a party to you.
Welcome.
Uncle Bob to me has been the best scout leader and recreational professional I can ask for, as well as a foster family, foster
Aw.
father. And yeah, he taught me about fishing, camping, and we always had the best trips. And you're always so able to show us and demonstrate to us, and he led by example. It's been a big influence in my life. Did I hurt you?
Did he ever throw you off the boat?
Did that ever make you go down stuff that was steeper than you wanted?
Not me. I think Tom got some. Happy birthday.
I love my Uncle Bob. He's a spiritual man, but also very adventurous. Just watching some of those old videos of you rock climbing and scuba diving in the pool in the backyard, and just all the adventures that we had on the river rafting, and those were so fun. And we got to tie flies together. He taught me how to tie flies, and I don't think I caught anything with mine, but it was fun.
Thank you, Jeff. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Where do you start? I mean, Bob, you've taught me every redeeming quality a person can have in their life, not just through your words, but through your example. And I've seen you take on a completely different aura and everything. And yes, you are very Christ-like. You are so much fun anywhere you go. Like when we wouldn't spend any money and have a blast, just because you're so creative. And adventurous is right. I'm sorry I killed your fish. I was thinking about that the other night, feeling really guilty that I didn't keep your fish alive when you brought them down to the basement and all those aquariums, and you wanted me to take, where did you guys go? And you wanted me to take care of all of his fish, and I think I killed every single one of them, because it was more than I could pay attention to or something.
Thank you
Anyway.
for eliminating all those stresses in my life.
Another thing I have to say is you always look on the bright side. When there is an activity and there are complainers or it is hard, that's right when Bob turns on the charm and makes everything positive and gives everybody a boost of strength. You're just an amazing person. I'm not saying that because you're my brother. You truly are amazing.
Thank you, sister.
It's all you guys that help me.
Yeah, it really is.
You guys added to his
No.
life.
I'd say we yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I love Bob because he's been two major things that I've seen just in the time I've known him. First and foremost, he's been this family's anchor to what's right and what's good. And secondly, he's been a superior guide to me alone spiritually and stuff too. So And of course, it's always an adventure. Always an adventure.
Thank you, Bill.
Your turn.
Okay. I'm just really lucky you're my dad. You're my pal.
You and me,
Yep.
we're gonna be partners.
And you're my hero. Anyway.
Now can we get back to family?
No,
Not
no,
done.
haven't gone around the room yet.
Your EC, your eternal companion.
Exactly.
That cute girl over there.
Yeah.
You're
It's all
EC.
yours.
It all started when I looked in his eyes the very first time, literally on the street. It was just like there was something there, and our eyes just connected, and I didn't. That kind of threw me. That never happened to me before. So when we first looked in each other's eyes, it was something, and I was stubborn, but once I realized I really liked you, after he made me so jealous. It was just up from there, but yeah, he's very adventurous, more than I ever had in my life. Oh my gosh, there's been so many ups and downs and merry-go-rounds and whatever throughout the years, but it's all been worth it. And I just can't ever get where he is. I keep
Don't,
trying, but he's
Don't do
always
it,
up
Jen.
there.
you stay up there, I'll find
No, he's, like everybody said, he's very charitable, very compassionate, very caring, and very sensitive, I think, to people's feelings. And every woman that has met him loves him. I mean, just likes him. He just makes them feel good. Now, I don't know how the guys feel. No, it just, my roommate said, if you don't marry him, we will. Yeah, they were stuck on him. But anyway, thanks, Bob, for a great life. And for the adventures you brought.
My eyes connected, that was it.
Yeah,
My life
Love
was
at first sight.
gone. Nothing left.
it was
That's
just
all
weird.
that
It was
mattered.
Like we knew each other before and our eyes finally met on Earth.
Uh-oh.
The
stuff
movies
are made
of.
of.
I've seen that smile somewhere before.
I've heard that voice before.
It seems we've talked like this before.
That's from Saturday's Warrior. Did you guys?
Oh.
It's when the two people knew each other in the pre-existence, and then when they came to Earth, they'd forgotten. But then when they saw each other, it all came back.
They rehearsed it in the prehistorical times, in the pre-existence, and then when they were here, they sang it, like they both knew it somehow. So, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You're Jimmy and, no, what are their names?
That's a little too neat.
Well, you got a dynamite gal,
Oh,
Bob,
man.
don't you?
Oh.
One dynamite gal.
I knew if I ever
true.
could land her, that would be the most significant victory of my life.
You know, you're lucky you have me, because I'm the one she came for. I'm the one Heavenly Father sent her to. You're just a side note.
And if she marries this guy.
Just a byproduct.
She's done that to everybody's life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My grandpa's really, really good at teaching people, and like you guys said, he does it with love and with charm. Teaching me how to drive, teaching me how to work, teaching me how to fish. He's not good at teaching me how to fish. I still can't do it. So he must be a terrible teacher at that. Everything else.
Okay, based on your driving record, I don't think I taught you
Yeah.
very well.
It was much more pleasant to have you teach me how to drive than other people, because you were patient, and you taught me to anticipate other drivers. Which helped a lot.
How old were you when he taught you to drive? Oh, see, that's good.
Good job.
You kind of
was
taught me how to
10.
drive.
Almost
We
legal.
showed some restraint.
Almost legal.
And I've always been amazed at your charity and, you know, taking people into your life and doing what you can to help them.
And I think Kate is probably the most like you of all the grandkids. That she like works so hard, like never stops. Just works. And she drives like you.
Yeah, how many tickets have you had?
I haven't taught you how to avoid today.
No, that's the next lesson.
I think, I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion, but I feel like Kate's taken after a lot of that fun-loving, like joyful attitude, hardworking attitude towards life. Because I think she's a missionary. Anyway, I don't know how I was born into this family. Like I feel like I got the lottery. I mean, like, you know, I don't know why I was so blessed to have the parents and extended family that I do. It's pretty incredible. So, however that worked out, thank you. But it's not done. But thanks for being a good listener and setting the bar way too high for any of our husbands and sons. But it's good because I've always had someone on earth that helps me know that there's a heavenly Father that loves me just as much, if not more. And so that's always been such a great link to heaven for me, is if knowing that my dad loves me, my heavenly Father must be just as loving, if not more. So that's been
That's
really helpful.
important. That's really
Very
important.
vital.
And Bob, I noticed something up like this. I remember a fishing trip you took me to up in, well, I don't think we were in Driggs. Well, somewhere up there, we wanted to go to this really cool place. And we had to hike quite a ways. It's not that rich crickets, and we get down in there, and like we're there for about 5 minutes. I mean, we slept at somebody's grandma's house or something. Maybe John Lewis's or somebody's. Anyway, it was just you and I down there, and you've probably forgotten, but this I remember. We just got started fishing, and I fell on a rock and gashed my face.
That was Bitch Creek.
That was good.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I remember
And we
that.
had to climb out, and I had to
And we
borrow.
had to steal somebody's car that was parked out there to get me to the hospital. To get me stitched
He
up.
left his keys in his truck. And we drove
He
to,
found it, yes.
we drove to Ashton.
Okay, so the reason I bring that up is,
Did you return the car?
yes, he did, I think he left money for gas
I
or
did,
something.
I left
I'm
him
sure he
35
did.
cents.
Gas was cheap.
It would buy you a whole gallon.
I bring that up because here you were so sweet to bring me on this fishing trip that you had been looking forward to going on. And here I took the whole day, you couldn't fish all day because you had to take me to the stupid hospital. And there's a whole bunch of experiences in my life where you've had to sacrifice for me. And it breaks my heart as I look back on them. But you, as I always say, you're the most Christ-like person I know. And it's hard to be around you because you're so good. And I think, I can never be like Bob. It just comes naturally out of you. You just see
Exude.
spew. Yeah.
Spew. I like that one.
I do this use-
Goodness.
You were my sister, I had to take care of you.
Oh, but Bob, and you did it so kindly. You didn't make me feel like, well, you've ruined my day at all. And so that's you. You just always take time for me.
Thank you for sharing that.
I'll never forget that.
We were blessed to find a truck.
Yes, we were.
Where was your car?
I don't know.
Somebody
Oh.
dropped this off.
I thought that, I think
That was a
that
real fishing
we
trip.
had gone with other guys and they had gone upstream,
Oh,
up
that's
Bitch Creek, and we started at Confluence.
And you were going
And they were already up the other way, miles up the river, and I thought, I gotta get something, and there was a lone truck sitting up there on top.
And the guy wasn't waiting for it when you got back?
He was probably out fishing.
He probably never knew of that. He saw the change and went, all right.
I think they're, those are the guys that haul their boats up there and drag them down at the confluence and float downstream. And that's probably why they.
You should have left a note. Like, I used your truck
Well,
to
he
take
did.
my sister to the hospital.
Thank you for leaving
Thank
lives
you.
in your car.
You guys know the saying, what would Jesus do? And there's jewelry and stuff. In our family, it's what would Bob do? Yeah.
Yes, and my kids sort of loathe you because when they were young, I made them do hard stuff. Like I wouldn't drive them to school or anything. And I'd say, well, what would Bob do? Well, Bob would make his kids do hard stuff. So.
I'm sorry, kids. I'm sorry.
But it was good. Thank you.
Right?
Oh, there it is. And I think you like break the rules just enough that it was good to have you as a father, because then, you know, I don't think we were too hedged in with what you're supposed to do. So I think it helps us navigate
Think
the world
outside
in
the
a way.
box.
And it's more like he wanted you to feel what you should do.
Yeah.
Not force you
Yeah.
to do it.
See, I inspired you to slip past the rules.
Just like mom.
But
Only
not
where they
like,
needed to be.
Just
Yeah,
that tiny bit that makes
not like,
sense.
not like.
Because
we
we all know
Only
all
like
those
stealing the truck.
rigid rules
Yeah.
are for
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
people that can't quite function.
That's right.
So,
Like you instill confidence in people, like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
we don't park in the handicap spot, but we park in the yellow stripes by the handicap.
They still might not be able to get it.
Can we do family history?
Wait, we got one more.
Oh,
Becky,
It's your turn.
want to hear my speech.
Miles.
Miles, what do you want to say about Grandpa?
Perfect, my kind of guy.
Well, I didn't come prepared with anything like you guys did.
You think we came prepared, you're wrong.
Well, Dad, I think you know you've always been my hero, and like Emily, I always felt an easier relationship with Heavenly Father because I just saw him like my dad. So he's been easier for me to relate to and like have a relationship with. But one thing I always remember, I don't know what we were going through, but it was when I lived here by myself and just you two. And we were going through something hard. I think your dad was dying or something. Maybe when I'm dead. I don't know. We just knew we were going through something hard, and my dad just pulled my mom and I over by that door and just hugged us both and said, but you know what? We're Benels. We can do hard things. We're going to go through this. And just knowing that it'll all be okay in the end, no matter what happens, I think is a sense that you've instilled that I appreciate the more I go. Is one thing.
Wasn't the day your dog died?
I hope not. A hard thing. I hope it was, but it was for you in that moment. That's
The dog didn't die.
Oh, Dad
It was
murdered. It was
euthanized.
euthanized.
Oh.
Euthanized was
Dad murdered the dog.
special thing.
he euthanized.
Which is my
He
in-law's
euthanized the
favorite
dog.
story.
You know.
Let me just say this story really fast.
Yeah, tell the story.
My dog got out, who we loved for like a minute,
Skilo.
as all our dogs, yes. And then it was just left in the backyard to rot, just 4 days away. But got hit by a car, and he knew it was gonna die. It was bleeding. I always say it wrong. Internally. He's like, okay, you know, he's gonna die. So you go hang out with your friends and I'll call you later. And he put it in a garbage sack and then put the sack over the tailpipe of the car and turned the car on, which is a very humane way to kill a dog. Also illegal. And then at midnight, he called me and he's like, all right, it's time. It's raining. This is why he's bishop. It's raining. Midnight. We carry the dog in a black and 2 shovels to the park. The first playground. I know exactly. And just all middle of the night to bury that dog. Because we weren't willing to pay for it.
It was fish.
And we put the dog, and he didn't, he's like, okay, I'm gonna put him in now, and he dumped it in, and I could just hear his body.
Was it within the
Yeah, there's
within
parts
the,
of it you wish you could edit
was it
out.
playground sand?
No, not quite. Just off the sidewalk.
Okay.
In the scrub.
Oh,
I would like to make an
Struggle.
announcement at this juncture, that if it ever comes up that you need to put an animal down, you can take it to the Humane Society if you call them first, and they will do it on like, as much as you can pay,
The
basically.
sliding scale thing.
That's what happened with
They
Lucy.
did it for ours
Yeah.
for free.
What if you can't?
Because Bob had mentioned that to me, and I couldn't get myself.
It's different relationship.
And here's Wendy, she's got a new business for cremating.
Cremate your animal. Once you get it euthanized by Bob,
She's like, Tony, where did you bury that?
once Bob and his plastic bags are finished, then bring the dog to me, and I will humanely cremate it.
All you have to do is fill my truck up with gas.
We can go around, you doctor euthanizing and girl cremating. We'd be a business
We
there.
got- Now can we do family history?